Hey everyone, welcome to episode 287, The Spotlight Effect. Welcome to the Harmony in the Home podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Hutchison. I'm a counselor, a life coach, and most importantly, an imperfect mom doing this work right along with you. And my goal on our podcast is to go from chaos to calm, feel less frazzled, and have more fun within your four walls to have more harmony in your home. Before we talk about the Spotlight Effect, I want to talk to you about pocket coaching, which is a great way to get one-on-one help from me through Voxer on the go to go from feeling less frazzled and more friendly with your kids, having more fun with your spouse, having more organized home, having more money in your bank because you're budgeting better, eating healthy, working out, learning about love languages, and just bringing overall consciousness into your life by sharing what's going on and what your struggles are, because strength is always built in the struggle. So I'm going to teach you to that. I'm going to teach you how to build strength in your struggle. So go to coachingkelly.com, go to the Work With Me tab, and sign up there. So today we're talking about the spotlight effect in psychology, which is a really cool thing to know, because when you know better, you do better, and knowledge is power, and awareness is key. What is the spotlight effect? They also talk about illusion of transparency, but we're just going to talk about spotlight effect today, because I don't want to give you too many psychology topics. The spotlight effect is when the individual thinks that they are being judged by everyone because of the illusion of transparency that everyone else is aware of individual thoughts. And so if that didn't make sense, I can give you an example. An example would be when someone has to get up in front of people to speak and they're underprepared, and they think that everybody in the audience knows that they're underprepared. And they're worried that they're being judged by everyone. The reason why they call it a spotlight effect is because the visual of the flashlight in the dark is akin to the spotlight effect. So when someone's looking at you, you think that they're automatically judging you. That's the spotlight effect. And I've used this example all the time, how I don't like my forehead. I call it the 5 head. You will always see me with bangs. If I'm ever working out, I always wear a headband that covers half my forehead because I can't stand my forehead. It's larger than life if I don't have bangs. I don't mind if I have bangs. I have these widow's peak that goes back so far. I think I'm balding in my 50s. I can't believe I'm in my 50s. So I always say, I use this example. It's a silly example, but it's a good example, because when you have silly examples, then you can understand the bigger examples. So if I walk into Walgreens, because I'm obsessed with Walgreens, I go there all the time, and I love the Walgreens on my corner. I can ride my bike there. I can walk there. I can drive my car there. I'm there a lot. And so if I walk in there and my bangs are pulled back, spotlight effect will take over, and my brain will go to, oh my gosh, everyone's looking at your forehead. Guess what? No one's looking at my forehead. What I'm doing is I'm projecting my own insecurities onto other people, thinking that other people are thinking about my forehead, and all they're thinking about and seeing is my forehead. Guess what? No one cares about my forehead. No one cares about me. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but no stranger at Walgreens cares what I'm wearing, what I look like. All they care about is that I'm friendly and I'm staying out of their way. Or probably not even that I'm friendly, just that I'm staying out of their way. That's all they really care about. They start caring if I go up to them and be like, hey, what do you think about my forehead? That gets kind of weird. But the spotlight effect is literally thinking that everyone's thinking about you when no one actually is. So you'll probably, I would have a lot of anxiety walking to Walgreens like that if I didn't have consciousness. Now, when you have consciousness, you can kind of laugh at yourself and be like, oh my gosh, you're so silly. You think everyone's thinking about you when they're actually not. But a lot of times in the bigger picture, this can create a lot of anxiety. Or it can create a lot of social anxiety because you think, oh, it's just better to stay home versus going to that party or going to that Halloween party because I don't want everybody to judge me when no one actually is. They don't, especially if you're in your costume. So some examples of the spotlight effect. Your fly's open. Imagine you just found a great pair of pants at the thrift store. They fit perfectly and look amazing. When you wear them, your friend's party at the next day, it becomes obvious. They say the zipper creeps down. You keep darting into corners to adjust it, but eventually it gets drawn into conversation. Someone you've been hoping to talk to comes and starts chatting, you forget all about the zipper. As the party winds down, you realize with dismay your fly is open again. Unable to remember the last time you checked it, you resign yourself to the fact that everyone you talked to saw you with your pants unzipped. And who actually cares if they're unzipped? But before you let your worries overcome you, remember an open zipper is something friends will generally mention. If no one said anything, it's likely no one noticed. And again, no one is paying attention to your zipper and no one cares even if they saw it open. Maggie, no, we're not going back out there. You're just going to eat frogs. Wrong conversation. Before a team meeting at work, you overhear a group of coworkers discussing current events. You jump into the conversation, eager to share your opinion. After a long moment of silence, someone says, actually, we were talking about something else. You apologize for interrupting and back away as you look around nervously, convinced the entire room overheard. I like this. The spotlight effect can also work the other way, causing you to think everyone else noticed something you're particularly proud of. Perhaps you just finished a presentation to your seminar. You spent a long time preparing and know you did well, particularly since your research covered obscure points. How was it, you ask a classmate as you take your seat? You're ready for yourself to take in the amazed reaction. Huh? They say distractedly. Oh, fine, but you can tell your successful performance didn't really register. So it's a cognitive bias, or it's an error in your reasoning. It's thinking that everyone is thinking about you when no one actually is. And so I saw this. It said, one of the questions when I went to Mr. Google, it said, is spotlight effect a narcissistic trait? And it says it's on the spectrum. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, I knew it. I knew I was a narcissist. Oh no. But no, it's just making you aware that not everyone's thinking about it. It's very freeing. And I think as you get older, you realize this, and it's hard to teach to the younger generation, and it's harder to teach to your younger self that no one's actually thinking about you. And if they are, they think about you for about 4 to 5 minutes, and then they're on to the next thing. And then they're so worried about what other people are thinking about them that that's all they're thinking about. So be aware of your spotlight effect, but don't let it run your life. You're going to miss out on so many memories and so many things that you could be doing because you're so worried what other people are thinking about you, when they're not really thinking about you at all. And then the greatest gift is that you can teach this to your kids, and then everybody can have more harmony in the home. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Hey, mamas, thanks for listening. If you had any ahas, clicks, or those lightning bolt moments while listening, you have to check out my free parenting bootcamp, where we take all of this to the next level, and we try to create even more awakenings for ourselves so that we can connect more with our kids and never yell at them again. You can sign up at www.coachingkelly.com. And if you really want to fill up my love cup, send me an email of what your aha was, what your click was, what was that lightning bolt moment while you were listening. I want nothing more in life than for you to have harmony in your home and to learn how to be an imperfect mom like me, which allows your kids to be imperfect too, each and every day. Thanks for listening.